They say life begins at 40, but few ever tell you how disorienting that beginning can be. Carl Jung, one of the most visionary minds in psychology, believed the first 40 years of our lives were just a preparation, a rehearsal, not the real story. And maybe that's why when you hit this age, something deep within starts to shift. Not suddenly, not loudly, but undeniably. There's no map for it, no rule book, just a subtle ache, a strange kind of stillness, a pause between who you've been and who you might become. And in that pause, you start to feel it, the weight of the life you've built pressing against the edges of your soul. The career, the roles, the image, they've all served a purpose. They helped you survive, belong, succeed. But now, they feel tight. Like a suit you've outgrown but keep wearing because it's all you know. You walk through your routines, perform your part, but something is missing, something essential. And that something isn't out there. It's in you. It always was. You begin to notice the tension between the person you show the world and the person you've hidden, sometimes even from yourself. That's not a coincidence. That's the beginning of awakening. Midlife, as we've been told, is supposed to be a crisis, a decline, a slow fade into a... What if this is the moment you finally wake up? What if this is the most important chapter of all? The one where you stop performing and start becoming. For years, maybe decades, you've lived by the script handed to you. Do this, achieve that, be good, stay safe, don't question too much. And you did everything right. But now, it doesn't feel right, and you're left wondering, whose story is this, anyway? That question is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. It's the first crack in the armor of the persona, the carefully constructed identity you've spent your whole life protecting. But now it starts to fracture, not because you're falling apart, but because something more real is trying to break through. This is the turning point Jung spoke of, the sacred inner shift we call individuation, the process of becoming whole, not perfect. It's not about fixing what's broken, it's about reclaiming what's been buried, your truth, your voice, yourself. You might not even recognize it at first. It shows up in small ways. The job that no longer excites you, the relationship that feels empty, even if nothing's technically wrong, the dream that once kept you awake at night, now doesn't stir anything at all. These aren't signs of failure. They're invitations to pause, to question, to listen, because your soul, the part of you that doesn't care about titles, appearances, or expectations, is starting to whisper. It says, there's more than this. And the more you hear that whisper, the more impossible it becomes to ignore. Even if your life looks fine from the outside, inside there's a quiet rebellion taking place, a hunger, a yearning for authenticity. You begin to realize how much of your identity was built on survival, on being who you needed to be to stay safe, loved, accepted. But now that identity feels hollow, because you're not here to be just liked. You're here to be you, wildly, fully, truthfully. It's not easy. Shedding a persona takes courage. It means facing the fear of disappointing others, of being misunderstood, of walking away from things that once gave you meaning. But it also means liberation. And it starts with questions. Questions that don't go away. Am I living the life I truly want, or just the life I was taught to want? Do I feel alive, or just busy? Do I even know who I am when I'm not trying to please, perform, or prove? These aren't casual reflections. They're sacred turning points. And once they rise within you, they mark the beginning of everything new. The truth is, for many of us, the life we built in the first half was designed to protect us, but now it begins to suffocate us. The structures, the labels, the routines, they no longer fit. And that discomfort, that heaviness, that's not the end. It's the edge of something truer, something more aligned. Jung didn't see midlife as collapse. He saw it as the passage into the real, the wild, the untamed, the deeply personal path of becoming. And that's what you're stepping into now, even if it's scary, even if no one claps for you, even if it means standing alone. Because something inside you is done pretending, done performing, done with the masks. And when that moment comes, you don't need permission, you don't need a plan, you just need to listen to the ache, to the questions, to the part of you whispering, there's more to you than this, because there is, and it's time to find it.